Oh, yeah. What can be worse than a 10-year-old on the cold beach of my arrow? With just the surf and the sand, a dream and a plan and no promise of tomorrow. Hungry belly cry, trouble wave bye-bye. And at that age, you think life is cold. But there is no way to know, cause it never would show. It's all for this dungeon called the world. But I'm a born survivor. Yes, I can smile through all my adversities and just laugh when the guns are trained at me, taking life one day at a time. Cause I'm sure as the night must bring the dawn, this life of mine would still go on. I don't mind how they connive, spin their web of strife. I'm staying alive. I'm born to survive. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There have been times gone by when I watch mama cry and I know daddy hurt inside. Though he worked like a man, did all that he can, but somehow he just couldn't provide all the things that we need, but somehow we succeed. And those were real trying times indeed. But then I couldn't understand that that was part of the plan that would make me a much stronger man. I'm just a born survivor. Yes, I can smile through all my adversities and just laugh when the guns are trained at me, cause I'm taking life one day at a time. Cause I'm sure as the night must bring the dawn, this life of mine would still go on. And don't mind how they connive, spin their web of strife. I'm staying alive. Watch me, I'm just born to survive. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Yes, I've worked to the bone, felt so all alone in places I didn't know too well. Abuse and misuse, that was nothing I chose. Sure, those conditions felt like hell. But hard work do pay, now things are not that way. But success do breeds envy indeed. And although I've done no wrong, you should hear evil tongue working with envy to bring me down. Go on, I'm just a born survivor. Yes, I can smile through all my adversities. Brother, I laugh when your guns are trained at me, cause I'm taking my life one day at a time. Cause I'm sure as the night must bring the dawn, this life of mine will still go on. And don't mind how they connive, spin their web of strife. I'm just staying alive. I was born to survive. Yes.
Welcome, one and all, to our international podcast, Below the Belt, folks. Welcome. Born to survive. Gypsy, born to survive. That's my personal theme for the rest of the year. Born to survive. Come what may, folks. Born to Survive. Welcome, 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 one and all. Let us know you're reading us loud and clear. Please and thank you. Let us know, guys, that you're reading us loud and clear. Pace and power. We're fired up, guys, and we are ready to go. And we trust that you wonderful, beautiful folks are as well. Pace and power, pace and power. Welcome to each and every one of you. We're so privileged to have you guys here with us. Very, very much so. Privileged to have you folks here with us. Welcome. Where are you joining us from? I see Nathan is here, and Barbara and Maxine, and I see Daphne. I see Paulette and Glycis. Welcome, folks. Welcome, 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 welcome. All right. I see technician Siobhan says she's hearing us loud and clear, and all the other folks, Mayburn and so on. Technician Mayburn saying reading you loud and clear. Good, 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 good. We're so pleased and privileged, folks. We are so pleased and privileged to have each and every one of you here with us. We love it, love it, love it, love it. Welcome, welcome to our international podcast, folks. Below the belt, who vex lose? Who vex lose? Who vex vex? Who vex vexes you face? You vex, you vex. If you vex, folks. So much for that. So much for that. Good to have you guys here. Lots to discuss today, guys. Lots to discuss today. Lots to discuss today. We trust that you folks are well. We trust that all is well with you. Pace and power, guys. Pace and power. We trust that you are well, folks. Good to have you here. Lynn Fernandez, good to have you, folks. You know, one of our ardent listeners and viewers, Lena Williams, is not too well, and we're praying for Lena. You know, we're praying she has a speedy recovery. We all got some spells once in a while, you know, that tries to keep us on there for a little too long. But our thoughts and prayers are with Lena, and we pray she makes a full recovery. Yep. A full recovery, folks. Good to have the rest of you here with us. Marilyn Thomas and Lyndon Jones and Nathan Lewis, Margaret Morris, Jackie Beard. Good to have each and every one of you. We love that you folks are here. Folks, lots of things happening. Lots of things happening. Hashtag Dion. Hashtag Dion Bascom. Hashtag Dion Bascom. Folks, what a government we have. What a bunch of crooks, scamps, vagabonds, trench crappos, cricketers, jagabats. What a bunch of them, folks. Lots of things happening. Hashtag Dion Bascom. Who know? Tell those who know, folks. Big story bust out today. Big story, folks. Police force in a lot of things. Police force doing a lot of things. Them boys are getting a chance to catch themselves, you know. It's one purgatory to the next. Oh, my Lord. I've never seen anything like this in all my life. The high point of the Guyana police is perhaps the second highest thing. Was the assassination, you know, thing with former President, His Excellency David Arthur Granger. The assassination attempt or plot, whatever it is, investigation. David Granger says, I am looking for an incorruptible commissioner of police. I don't know if Fat could say the same thing. I don't know if Fat could say the same thing. An incorruptible commissioner of police. Folks, since August 2020 to now, August 2nd, purgatory and confusion powder raining down in the Guyana police force, much like the government. Real sanctimonious gangsters out here. Real sanctimonious gangsters. Who vex lose? Who vex lose? We got a couple of things we're going to share with you folks. Because a senior investigator in the police force, he said a couple of things today, my good people. He said a couple of things today. A couple of things that aren't easy. A couple of things that aren't easy. But needed to be said. Right? Needed to be said. And we're going to be talking about that, my good people. We are going to be talking about some of that. So y'all stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. I ask of you. I beg of you. Don't go nowhere. Right? Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned, folks. We got lots coming up today. We got lots coming up. Don't go no place, man. Don't go no place. Stick around. Stick around, stick around, stick around, stick around. Please and thank you. Stick around. Lots to discuss on this matter with the jagabats and trench crappers, tadpoles and cricketers, scarecrows, carrion crows, and jumbie bird. I need my bell. Bell in y'all chest in the police force and search y'all out. Search y'all out. We're going from bad to worse. Why aren't we getting better? That's what I want to know. Why aren't we getting better, folks? We should be getting better. But it seems like we're going down. It seems like we're going down. It seems like we're going down, folks. We're supposed to be going up. Why are we going down? That's what I want to know. Who vex lose? Who vex vex? Who vex lose, folks? We ain't got time with personalities. I don't know if you got time with personalities, but we on this side, we don't have time with personalities. We want to talk about issues. Incorruptible Commissioner of Police. Could Irfan say the same? Could Irfan? Well, a senior superintendent, John Bascom, said a couple things today. He said a couple things today. The name might be familiar. I can jog your memory. You see, the people say story got three sides. Me side, you side, and the side we ain't hear about yet. But the side we didn't hear about yet, that side spoke today. Right? And he's asking for a commission of inquiry that he can sit before. And I'm frightened from a brother because he could easily end up like George Bacchus, born to survive. We got to do what we got to do, folks. We got to do what we got to do. Irrespective rather, of the challenges that threaten, we could only do what is in our nature. And those of us who got things to say, we got to say it. Some of us got a song to sing, we got to sing it. And we could only be true to who we are, who Father made us to be. What else can we do? What else can we be? If not true to who the Creator's made us. So quite a few things were said. And I'm just getting started, folks. I think I can ask a little backup today. I think I'm going to ask for some backup today, folks. Why must carry this burden alone? God asked for some backup. Gypsy said, born to survive. That's the song we open to. Yep. Born to survive. I can smile through my adversities, the Calypsonian said. Laugh when guns are trained at me. I'm taking it one day at a time. Even though they connive, they spin their webs of strife. I'm staying alive. I was born to survive. That's how we're doing it. That's how we're doing it, folks. That's how we're doing it. Lots to share with you. We'll be talking things today. Dion Bask hashtag. Man, somebody tax somebody from the police force, man. Tax somebody from the police force, man. Ring a bell, somebody. Please and thank you. Ring a bell for me. We coming down, folks. We coming down. Lots to say. Lots to say. How are we going to say it? Right? Lots to say, folks. How are we going to say it? Who vex vex? That's that. That's that. Who vex vex? A lot of things to say, folks. In keeping with what Bob Marley says, so much things to say right now. I got so much things to say, good folks. So much things to say right now. So much things to say. Yep. A lot of things to say. And, you know, I want to credit News Source, another credible source of information, for this story. The headlines splashed across the nation today. Senior police detective alleges major police cover-up in paper shorts murder probe. Folks, you got to take it step by step. Take it step by step. Don't let me try to bite off everything. Take it step. We got to take it step by step. So much things to say right now. So senior police detective Dion Bascom, was arrested quite recently. Dion Bascom was one of the men who was arrested as cocaine was seized at a house. Cocaine was seized at a house quite recently in Norton Street. He was the police detective who was at the house. He said he was there visiting a friend, and the next thing he learned was that other police had arrived at the location. A search was made. They said they found cocaine there, and he was arrested. But Dion said this is part of his treatment in the Guyana police force. Part of his treatment in the Guyana police force. Because he is not going along with some of the things that are happening in the Guyana police force. That's what he says. He's not going along. And in this video that he posted, he went live on Facebook. You know, we say, folks, you got a grievance, go live. You got a democratic right to speak your mind. Go live. You don't got to come through. Go live. We can pick it up from there. Go live. He said it's part of the treatment because he ain't going along with certain things. Right? And we've been always wondering whatever happened to the fellow who was gunned down on Main Street, just outside a stone throw away from State House. Ricardo Fagundes, also known as Paper Shorts. You all remember that? Riddled with bullets right there on Main Street. Ricardo Fagundes. And he was a close associate of Roger Khan. How could a man be shot like that? Almost in front of the State House. You know, where to keep the president. And catfish. A stone throw away. And the case seemed to have gone cold. Well, Bascom told us a couple things today. Bascom told us a couple things today. He told us a couple things. He said there's been a major cover-up. That's what he's alleging. A major cover-up in the police force where this is concerned. He said they got a gold dealer who controls the police force. Yep. A gold dealer who controls the police force, number one. Number two, he said there is a man who is linked to a businessman who committed this dastardly act, killing Ricardo Fagundes. He's linked to a businessman. He said some policemen, high-ranking in the department there at the Guyana Police Force. They know the fella and they're friends with he. And that is why the case has gone cold. And I just picking this up from News Source. Right? I just picking this up from News Source. News Source said, the senior police detective during his Facebook live broadcast singled out the investigators into the murder of Paper Shorts to support his claim of corruption in the Guyana Police Force. Not the same thing Reverend Patrick Dulichan the pray against. Corruption in the Guyana Police Force and nepotism when they fired him. Sergeant Bascom, according to News Source. Sergeant Bascom said a security agent for a popular city businessman was the prime suspect in the murder investigation. However, he noted that when the investigators visited the business place to question the security agent was not present and had been tipped off about the probe. Jacob's Bitter had been tipped off. Bascom, according to News Source, also alleged that during the probe that he was part of this Fagundes murder, during the probe that he was a part of, according to News Source, one of the investigators was able to track the phone used of the main suspect, the fellow who related to the businessman, the main suspect in Paper Short's murder, and the persons he called before and after the incident. Before and after the incident, the police officer stated that despite that evidence, the matter was placed on the back burner. He said that they were senior members of the criminal investigation department at CID. They know themselves, jagabats and trench crappos. He said they had close ties with the businessman suspected of ordering the murder. And he believes that might have played a role in the matter remaining unsolved. Who's sharing the live? Who's sharing the live, folks? But don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. Here is John Bascom in his own words. Don't take me words alone for it, good people. No. That will not do. Don't take my words alone for it. All right? John Bascom.
They keep the secret and I tell nobody. And I pick up COVID and I call away some. Right? The fucking COVID, yeah? My wife look me after and she end up catching fucking COVID from looking me after. She don't run and go away and left me. She stay and look me after and she end up getting fucking COVID, right? After she catch COVID on me days, I end up fucking sick. She come in with a fucking disease that kill or a virus that kill thousands of millions of fucking people, right? And not a fucking big bite from the police force. Every time we see what you fucking doing. You know what I do? Transport fucking me from there because I went to fraud section. When I go to fraud section, the first fucking day, I go to Sergeant O'Brien, which is one of my good friends. And I say, I mean nothing but fraud. It's the street I walk in, me whole fucking career. Right? He said, man, buy a laptop when I can help you. I go and buy you a laptop. The second fucking day, you know what I do? Mr. Branham, fucking Brenda Branham, send down the secretary. Right? And tell you, if you're going to tell me that they got transferred, I want to listen to every fucking thing I say. That they got transferred from fraud to fucking major crime. Right? I just tell the same fucking me, fuck, I don't know fucking war, no, every fucking thing over now, right? He said I got transferred from fucking fraud to major crime. Right? And when I get transferred from fraud to major crime, I go over there. Paper shot! Just get fucking killed. Right? The guy went in for gunless. Just get killed. And they call me upstairs, Mr. Caesar. And he tell me to take a picture for this fucking...
Yep. That's just part of it. That's just part of it, good people. That's just part.
This guy named Mark
Plot thickens.
You tell me, it's Mark Blackford, the chief Ben Street, and I got tell me the guy named Mark Richmond, said, okay, this address. Right? Mark Richmond. I have now tell you, the now thing is going to do investigation. Right? Now the thing is doing investigation. I going to tell you, somebody will type in this person in from Facebook, they might get a picture with the person. When I tell you that, then Mr. Caesar bring forward the picture with the guy Mark Richmond. I tell you the picture, you hold it back from us. Then he bring the picture with you. When I see the picture, I say, I know this man. I tell this man don't live bench, he's live at, he's like the police on the road. I tell this man don't live bench, he's live at, I know he's growing up, because I from lunch. When I tell you that, he told us, man, I hear the man said bench, he's a bench, he's okay the address. Right? When you say I will make sure okay the address, we end up I end up to answer alright, boss. Then I told him say, you know what? I said, this guy, listen to me when I say, fuck, I don't really hear what I tell you. Because all the other police was good police and I get if I don't get all of attack, let them come and kill me. The world know. If I dare you see these black no more fucking as him have it kill me. Right? When nobody goes by plane, I can tell you all every fucking thing. Let them come in the house and kill me or kidnap me. Because this is before this. In my house, I pay the rent and I get me your own fucking rights. And I get everything copy and put up. Fuck that, I don't care. If I dead talking with the fucking no. Let them kill me.
In his own words, folks.
Right? You see, I'm going to say, man, there's more content me praying all the time. People do me wrong, and I got just there and keeping me fucking mouth shut. Right? Oh, I got stand out of fucking 35 fucking media men for posting me up and talking instead of fuckery. Right? I didn't plan to get like this, but when I think about the things these people do me, and the fucking things I see, right? The things I see and do with these people, and they treat me like this, fuck all them. You know what I'm tell you? See, they call me tell me flash some information from my phone. I flash this fucking information. When I flash the information on the phone, you call him S3E11, Bacon, which is my friend, a next good fucking officer. And next one is being victimized. Right? He called S3E11 Bacon upstairs, and he tell me, why you have one located address. When you say why you have one located address, this is the reason for the tenant can who hold me putting the fucking lock up. So why you listen to be clear? Ian Smith gangster, y'all why you listen because y'all just like me. Y'all might be for the government, but y'all like me. Trying fighters, it gets treated like shit in this fucking country. They buy them and get brave, why they do the work, and when they get ready to knock me mother's front off and do y'all kind of thing. Fuck all of them. Right? You tell me for go and okay, that's address in Ben Street. When I tell the address, I see this guy named Mark Richmond, I gotta come down fucking door. Tell me, come here, they got breaking it tonight with me. Lock them door. Right? This guy named Mark Richmond.
Yep. Folks, a lot of things were said. A lot of things were in his own words. In his own words, folks. In his own words. Right? A lot of things were said there. My Lord, what's happening in this good country of ours? What is happening in this good country of ours? The Americans, they said they want transparency. They want accountability. They want good governance. They said they want to see more persons convicted, not just apprehended, but convicted narcotics trafficking. They want to see more people convicted, not just prosecuted, but then they walk free. Case file can't thing and so on. Case jacket can't file and so on. For human trafficking. Right? This is a senior detective in the Ghana police force. Senior. I'm waiting for you to spin. That's what I'm waiting on. To hear who's sharing the damn life today. Who can smash the emoji? But you hear the allegations the fellas made. Right? Them boys quiet at this hour. Them boys quiet. Quiet at this hour. Wicked, stink, and dirty. We tell y'all. And every day we sink a little lower. How much more we can take? This is governance. Sarah Lynch, you sit down there in Duke Street. Is this what you want, Sarah? Jane Miller, you sit down there right next door. Mark Berman, you're right next door. Look what we have become. Look what we have become. For what? For interest. For interest. Interest abroad. This is what we have become. Because why? Them boys come back. Them boys come back. Folks, this is as real as it gets. Oh, we knew it. We knew it. A leopard can't change his stripes. And they want to take us back to pre-2015. You remember them days? Soon as they come in, it's gone down. Soon as they come in, so the cocaine passing through Belgium, Netherlands. Some people quiet all the time. Soon as they come, I don't know people got money like this. Buildings going up, left, right, and center. Hospital, this, that. The amount of private hospitals this country get, like we can close down GPHC and the regional ones. I want you to know they got a God. Who the good book says, watch it over the affairs of men. Hope you all overstand. I hope you all overstand, good people. I hope you understand. Yep. That's what the fella said in his own words. His own words. Folks, this country going forward, you know, I don't care what jacket and tie. They'll come and tell us, oh, the country's developing, and oh, this is nice, and all is well, and I do not care. We live it every day. And this is the stuff you won't see in Freddie. You know, Freddie ain't touching this here. You know, Freddie, I haven't seen Freddie write a word about Sue. No. It's black people he worry about. Because he loves we more than himself. He has not dedicated a line to Sue Shirong in Jagdio living room. No, but it's black people and black pudding he concerned with. He not gonna write but Bascom. No, that was the last trip. That was the old Freddie. Freddie transfigured now. He won't write but Bascom. No, he won't write that. He won't write about all of the institutions that are in place to ensure checks and balances on the executive of this country that are yet to be operationalized. He won't write but that. No. All he's concerned about is August 2nd, 2020. And what has that given you? The people in this good country here, peace-loving, good-natured, docile people, what has it given us? Y'all wanted the whole shit show. Now you have it. And what have you done with it? Look at us. You can imagine Sarah Lynch and Bascom and Miller rock back in the embassies in the lovely air-conditioned office with the show up on the table, laugh at us. Because look at us. What have self-governance given us? That's what I want to know. Laughing at us. Look at the police force. Ragtag. Can't solve a murder to save your life in this country. Didn't we tell you yesterday in the Sabbath News editorial, they can't tell us whether the man died from the stab wounds in the hospital or he died from COVID. A whole police force wasting our time as taxpayers in this country. At the behest of who? Who got the most money? Got the most bargain in the police force. That's what we bring ourselves to in this country. Is that what we have brought ourselves to in 2 short years? But when them guys put the list of things and accomplishments, they don't put this next to it. You can see all the places that burn down, the coking that ship out, the aircrafts that dropping from the sky. You can see all the gunning down, all the instances of where suspects die under suspicious circumstances by the police force. They can put the 300 million that's missing from the police force. They ain't put none of that. Yeah, but show base and this and that, a pack of lies. And of all the money we got, how they doing for we with the economy? Right? What do you do with Bascom? Where do you situate Bascom? You watch Freddie article tomorrow. You watch the other known suspect, the Michael Youngs and the critics and them. You think critics can talk about Bascom tonight? No. He want to know who hungry belly. Who got be hungry belly if not you and y'all? Who can manage a corner shop to save your damn life? But y'all want to administrate billions of dollars. And give y'all 2 years with it. Y'all have driven this economy into the ground. We are the third highest. We got the third highest food inflation in the English-speaking Caribbean. 13%. And God knows since that was published, probably 20 by now. Real inflation, they're around 7, 8, 9. That's why everything in the shop expensive, but your pocket's still short. That's the trouble we got. But like good old Guyanese, emblematic of Gypsy and that great song, we were born to survive. And if we could survive 23 years, now 25 of these jagabas and crappos, we will survive them again and be triumphant. God don't sleep. I always tell people, politicians fail to factor in God. who watcheth over the affairs of men. He don't like ugly. Who vex, vex. Who vex, vex. I wonder what them people in the diaspora thinking today. I wonder what them boys in the diaspora watching us and thinking. I wonder what them boys watching me thinking. You know, let me touch base with one of them. Let me see, who shall I touch base with in the diaspora to see how they're thinking, how we look into them out there with all this madness. You know what? I think I can touch base with the president of the Caribbean Guyana Institute of Democracy. Isn't he Rickford Burke? Rickford, rock and come in.
Right here, I'm in.
Oh, you here? My Lord.
I'm here.
That's
I'm
quick,
here.
boy.
Good day to you.
That's quick. Folks, are you hearing Rickford Burke? You hearing his voice? Let me know. I don't want to waste a word from Rickford. Because I know Rickford got contacts deep in the belly of the beast we call the Guyana Police Force. And I want to know from him what he's hearing, you know, of this Dion Bascom story, the revelations, you know, certain disclosures that were made. They said they're hearing you loud and clear. Rickford, where were you
They heard me loud and clear.
when you heard this story? And what do you make of it, this Dion Bascom
Thank
revelation? You. Revelations. Welcome,
well,
Rickford.
Sharon, I must say that we were aware of this situation that Mr. Boston spoke about for over a month. So it was not a surprise to us. We had information about this issue, documentation about this issue. We've been consulting with some of our officials here about the issue, and we've also been talking to attorneys. But we decided that we will play our cards close to our vest and not say anything. Now that this information is out in the public, we issued a statement last night, Sherrod, calling for an investigation. We know that the Guyana Police Force and the government of Guyana, the PPP government, only act on pressure. So the people in Guyana must raise their voices and demand an investigation. We have been warning, and this is one of the reasons why we have been warning very confidently about corruption in the Guyana Police Force, and we've been saying the Guyana Police Force should be disbanded in its current structure and restructured, and all of the people involved in corruption should be fired, placed under investigation, indicted, and prosecuted where necessary. From top to bottom of the Guyana Police Force, there is corruption. And we have been warning about this. And this young man has now come forward. I am very concerned about his safety. We are seeing that they have moved to frame him. We issued a statement last night saying that we're watching and waiting to see if they'll attempt to assassinate him, because that's the nature. Look what they have done to Sergeant McLennan, who the report says was not involved in the shooting, but they found some way to frame him, allegedly. Look what the Guyana Police Force does every time there's a police-involved shooting. They issued false statements, corrupt, manifestly corrupt. Nobody in Guyana should trust anything the Guyana Police Force says or does until there's a commission of inquiry, and the entire operation of the Guyana Police Force is ventilated before the commission that has subpoena powers. And this commission, this investigation should be led by an international law enforcement agency or an international jurist. I'm very concerned about what happens in Guyana. Guyana police officers are killing people and get away with it. Guyana Police Force officers are allegedly taking bribes at the highest levels. At the highest level, we have a senior superintendent here who is the deputy crime chief being implicated. And it's not the first time. And this PP government has a tendency of ignoring those kinds of complaints when it involves people that they trust, that they have placed there to be their gatekeepers so that their lawlessness would not be investigated. So there must be an investigation, Sherrod, and we have documents, and we are about to release some of those documents that implicate some of these people that Mr. Bascom is talking about.
Wow. All I can say is wow.
I noticed you're silent.
It's just trying to absorb all of this and wondering when have we come to this point? When have we
On
come to
August
it's
2nd,
not a day that goes
we came
by.
to that point.
Go right ahead.
Go ahead. No, I
The
was saying we came to that point. We came to that point on August 2nd.
mhm,
Go ahead.
mhm. The Auditor General is reported in Kaiju News today of saying that if there should be an investigation into Susharong in Jagdio living room, talking about who gets all the support and who handles all the arrangements and the agreements. If citizens want him to investigate it, they have to write to him. Now, I've seen the Auditor General jump in a lot of story that nobody didn't write to he about, but we got to write to he on that. So you got a whole lot of investigations lining up that needs an international jurist and panel and all of that. But I'm just wondering, when did we get here? Like, when did we get here? You know what happened to me right now? Right? We're in the pot bubbling. But because the heat turning up, nobody jumping out, You know? Nobody jumping out.
Well, first of all, I think the Auditor General is over exaggerating his importance. This is not a matter. The Jagdale matter is not a matter for the Auditor General. It's a matter for criminal investigation, law enforcement. That's a crime that was allegedly committed there. So I don't know where the Auditor General is amusing himself by making these statements. This matter though, this matter where the Guyana Police Force, which is the the only law enforcement investigative agency of the state, is involved in corruption, involved in allegedly covering up a murder. Could you imagine how many other murders and serious crimes were committed? These people in the Guyana Police Force covered up. That's why we can't get justice for the over 1,400 young men that were murdered. Some of these same people were involved.
I wanted to know who killed. Yes, you got Oren Boston, we got the Henry boys, all of that seems to be going nowhere.
Yeah, well, the Henry Boys case was covered up by the exact same people. The Henry Boys murder was allegedly covered up by the same people. The killers are running loose. You had Jumbo Jet recently shooting up into Belladrum. Not one investigation. Jared, you think you and I could go and shoot up in Enmore? The police will probably come and kill you. Because those are the people that they think they're sworn to protect because they're the supporters of the government. And the people allegedly involved here are supporters of the government. And the international community must speak out. The ABC ambassadors must speak out. How can they drive around Georgetown witnessing all this lawlessness and not say anything? They're allowing the country to descend into the Wild West. They're the ones that installed this government. We knew what would happen when they came into power.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it.
Yeah.
This country, Guyana, descended into lawlessness, death squad killings, Guyana Police Force officers involved in murder for hire under Jagdale. Under Jagdale's presidency.
And
the exact thing is that, and I'm wondering what the international investor, what Exxon is thinking. Exxon think that their workers are safe. Shell and Hess, do they think that their workers are safe? Why are they silent? Are they going to wait until one of their people is killed and the exact same police officers cover it up? That's when they're going to start lobbying the United States government to make sure that there's law and order in Guyana. But for the ordinary Guyanese citizens, they don't care. They're disengaged. All they want to do is milk Guyana for its money, take our resources, expatriate it out, enrich themselves, and leave us in poverty and chaos and high crime. They have a stake in Guyana, the international investors. Exxon must speak out about the public safety of the country they're operating in. Other international investors must speak out. How can they come to our country, live in isolation of the crime, rampant, serious crime, murder, being covered up by the Guyana Police Force, senior officers of the Guyana Police Force. And this thing is endemic in the Guyana Police Force. Why? Because from the top right down got away with killing people. From the top right down of the Guyana Police Force got away with killing people. They do it like a vocation. No investigation, no accountability. And these guys think that they're above the law. From the top of the Guyana Police Force right down. And the citizens of Guyana must speak out because it is their public safety, Sherrod, that is in jeopardy. And this can't be a normal cry out and protest for 2 days and nothing happens. Where is accountability? They're running to the United States, trying to meet with politicians there to paint a completely incredible and fantastic picture that they conjure up in their mind about Guyana. Far divorced from reality. But on the ground, they're not governing the way they're conveying to Washington that they're governing. Let them do an investigation. Let them call in the FBI. They want to call in FBI to curb people's free speech in the diaspora. But they're not calling in the FBI to investigate the deputy crime chief being accused of covering up a murder. So Anil Nanlal must call on the FBI to come and investigate these matters.
Yep.
They want assistance to suppress free speech from the FBI. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. As a matter of fact,
focus on the wrong
they
things.
would be investigated.
They focus on the wrong things.
But in the meantime, the man who is calling for the FBI to investigate people expressing their free speech has been accused of all sorts of crimes. When he installed was before the court for criminal charges, not investigated by the FBI. Murders not investigated, in which they're implicated, not investigated. This murder being allegedly covered up, no investigation, no request for assistance from the FBI. The Henry murders, they slaughtered 2 young black boys. Their supporters slaughtered 2 young black boys. No investigation by the FBI, no request for help. That's not important. What is important is people expressing free speech, exposing their racism and their corruption must shut up. And they want to procure the FBI to assist them in that enterprise. And in the meantime, they're engaged in transnational repression. But at home on the ground, there should be a review of all these cases that have not been solved and an investigation to see whether people were bribed. Sherrod.
The allegations are so damning. You know, my fear is that we become numb to them and that we right back pre-2015. Murders, gunning down, robberies, shoot down, kick down, that we right back there. Right? And the only difference now is that we fuel by an oil and gas economy, which ups the ante of everything by, 1,000%.
It gives them the resources and the means to carry out their corrupt enterprise. And Sherrod, the people of Guyana should really take time to contemplate what the PPP is capable of. This same PPP government, not this government, but the PPP, this same PPP in their previous government, under Barry Jagdeo, when the United States was trying to curb the flow of drugs and prevent Guyana from being the narco transshipment center between North America and South America. And they attempted to place a DEA office in Guyana. The PPP government ministers leaked it to the drug dealers. There's a report saying that. They leaked it to the drug dealers, and the drug dealers threatened to go and blow up the place. And so the DEA office was not established in Guyana. Because I think if they had done that, some of the same members of the Jagdeo cabinet would have been caught in the DEA sting operation. But this is how corrupt this government is. This is how involved people in the PPP are involved in the allegedly involved in the criminal enterprise. And if you Google the WikiLeaks documents that were leaked, you will see the American ambassador sending those information to Washington. So I'm not speculating or slandering anybody. That those are in the State Department reports. You're seeing the same thing being played out. And it would be a travesty if this Biden administration turns its back on Guyana. And in the interest of the information, albeit sometimes misleading information, that is being transmitted to Washington about the PPP government, it would be a tragedy if they do not fix governance in Guyana, Sherrod.
Rick, for these guys are just back from Washington. You know, I mean, I know you don't have the mind of our high commissioners and so on, but what do you think them by so long today thinking? Because they're in tune with what's happening, they got to report back to the foreign capitals. You know, they hear Dion Bascom and his allegations. You know, what are they thinking? You know, why are being sent back
Sherrod,
to Biden and Harris?
I am told that the information that Washington receives doesn't necessarily reflect the reality on the ground in Guyana. Let that sink in. Right? We have a.
So you were saying that a cable could be a cable could be going back from Duke Street right now to say to Biden and Harris that today was just an ordinary day in the capital, nothing to report.
Yes. Yes. Yes, that's what our information say. And but one of the things I want to emphasize, Sherrod, and the people of Guyana must be alert. You heard that young man talk about he's prepared for his family to bury him. We must not allow that to happen.
That's right.
You know, last night, somebody sent me a clip of a PPP operative in New York boasting and carrying on about how he would buy a first-class ticket for me to go to Guyana. And at the same time, people are on the lie, his program, saying they must wing me and waddle me. And you have the Attorney General of Guyana talking about, yeah, come back to Guyana and see what we will do and stuff like that, with the implication that they want to kill me. The PPP believes that every time somebody challenges them and exposes them, they must be killed. So they're parading up and down with their sycophants, talking about, come back to Guyana so we could kill you. Come back. And they're doing it with transparency. You know, this is the only thing they're transparent about. Harming people and killing people. So they could go every day and talk about, yeah, Rickford Burke must come back to Guyana so we can kill him. They're not saying the last part, but we know for a fact that the Attorney General came here and was allegedly overheard by a law enforcement officer saying that I must be taken out, or words to that effect. So it is not making up anything. We are not being extreme in our thoughts. We're not being creative in our arguments, Sherrod. The history of the country shows that the People's Progressive Party gets involved in eliminating people that expose them. We saw it happen to Mr. Bacchus. We saw it happen to all those hundreds of young men. It happened to Waddle. It happened to Courtney Cumming. And they got away with it. That's why you can hear people like the same person talking about, come back to Guyana, come back to Guyana, let us deal with you. Because they feel that if you go to Guyana, they have free reign to kill you. And it is the same thing they're probably whispering in the halls of CID and Freedom House, Office of the President, and other places, that young man must be killed. And the people of Guyana must be aware and be alert. They must. This is a different time. This is a different era. This is a different time and a different era, and we must not allow them to eliminate him because he's a whistleblower. There must be an investigation. If people are found culpable of crimes, they must be prosecuted.
Correct.
And Guyanese must understand and read between the lines. Every time they're talking about somebody, come back to Guyana, let them deal with them. They're talking about bringing you back to kill you. Every time they say we're going to deal with you, they're talking about killing you.
Mm-hmm.
So people must become aware, and that young man must be protected. If he has legitimate, credible, provable information, it must be examined. And if there are crimes, and the information we have even implicates the DPP, Sherrod. The information that we have even implicates the DPP.
Wow.
It is very, very, very troubling. And for those people who think they can eliminate the young man, the information is already in Washington. I don't know if it corroborates what he says, but there are several members of the society in Guyana that have already given sworn statements with regard to corruption in the Guyana Police Force. And we have that information.
Yep.
So whether or not they eliminate Mr. Bascom, the information is already in the hands of the people with authority to ensure that there's justice and accountability.
Rickford, the article that News Source rather put out on this matter, the article says here that in the statement on his page this morning, Bascom said he removed the video on the advice of some family members. He also stated that should anything happen to him or his family, the police force, which is being controlled by a particular gold dealer, will be responsible. That is very, very serious.
I agree with him.
Very, very serious.
I agree with him.
He said that,
Sherrod,
yeah.
This reminds me of a
Go right ahead.
This reminds me of a case where an NFL player in the United States, I had a friend, and the young man had some values, and he wanted him to do something, and the young man did not do it. And he came and picked the young man up. People who in the diaspora know the case I'm talking about. Very prominent NFL player. And he picked the young man up and tell him they're going to some party or something like that. And before the boy left his house, he told his sister, if anything happens to me, NFL would be responsible.
Mm-hmm.
NFL. And that young man ended up dead that night. And because he told his sister that, the police was able to crack that crime and found the gun and everything. They went straight back to the NFL player. And today he's serving life. And because of that, they then started to investigate it. When he was in college in Miami, 2 people disappeared. Now he's also being charged with those murders. And the boy was a serial killer and rose all the way to the NFL as a revered player, right? This is the exact situation we're facing in Guyana. And the guy is signaling that if anything happens to him, go straight to Eve Leary. Let the investigation begin there. And the people in Eve Leary should understand that the eyes of the world are on them, and they will not get away with it. They will not get away with it.
Eyes of the
All
world
hell
never
will break
before.
loose if they touch that young man.
Eyes of the world on them like never before. Them boys just come back from Washington. They didn't raise transparency with the Americans. The Americans raised it with them. They didn't raise shared growth and prosperity with the Americans. The Americans raised it with them. It is the FBI who came and said they want to see some convictions for narcotics trafficking and trafficking in persons and those kinds of things. They didn't raise it with them. The FBI came to see them. So them boys watching, right? And we will look to see whether Irfan comes out and fusses and fumes over this. The way he come and fuss and fume over the fact that, according to him, Hakeem Jeffries didn't want to meet him. We'll wait to see if he fusses and frets over that, over what has transpired recently. Because he got things to fuss and fret over. But the priorities mix up. Very, very mixed up. So we can wait to see when he comes out fussing and fuming and on his tirade over his police force, or he still hung up on Hakeem Jeffries not meeting him. Because like that's the biggest thing to happen to him.
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear that part. The last part.
Sorry that we lost you there. I was saying, no, we're watching to see whether Irfan comes out and fusses and fumes over the condition, the quality of the police force, how he got them, or he still hung up on Jeffries not meeting him, refusing to meet him. He could come out and fuss.
I think the latter is true. I think they're sending out people to attack the congressman every day. And I'm not sure how they think that is helpful. But one of the things that we know, he's not going to be any concerned about what goes on in the police force and these allegations because they countenance it.
Yeah.
They know what's going on. They know what's going on. Remember, he told Paul Slow said,
yeah, great to hear.
Paul Slow said that he asked him when he was chairman of the police commission, why my boys can't be promoted even though they run the investigation. My boys, Karim Bash, Clifford Hicken, and all the others that they've promoted. Their boys. Yeah. So they're their boys. Their boys don't commit crimes. Yeah. All of them are in one circle, one community of that comprise the criminal enterprise. Yeah. So they're not going to do anything. Yeah. There have been so many allegations against Mr. Caesar before. So many allegations. Even in the GCOM matter, he was involved allegedly in the violation of people's rights. And there's never been any investigation. And then we have a corrupt judiciary that condones these things. You have some members of the judiciary are just as corrupt as members of the Guyana police force. And some days I feel that, maybe we need to, the chancellor of the judiciary is a woman of integrity, but she has a den of wolves around her in terms of some of these members of the judiciary, right up to the top of the judiciary, right up to the top. You had a recent ruling from the judiciary of Guyana that is lawless, repugnant to the law, repugnant to rulings of the CCJ. So the entire society, Sherrod, the entire society is enmeshed in corruption.
Yeah.
And that always happens when the PPP government is in power.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, folks, we're out of time, unfortunately, but we're picking up on this discussion in the ring tonight. So you better be there. You better be there. Rickford, I want to thank you for coming through, my brother, on such short notice and sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you for having me. Good afternoon to you and your listeners.
Yeah. Thanks, Rickford.
Thank you.
Yep. Folks, the allegations there, the allegations there. Oh, my Lord, the allegations. Oh, tetanus. Tetanus, the allegations. Allegations, folks.
They might be irregular during the fucking election. And people that take COVID, they keep it secret and they tell nobody. And they pick up COVID and they come home and so. Right? The fucking COVID, yeah? My wife looked me after and she ended up catching fucking COVID from looking me after. She didn't run and go away and left me. She stayed and looked me after and she ended up getting fucking COVID, right? After she catch COVID on me days, I end up fucking sick. Sick on there with a fucking disease that kill or a virus that kill thousands of millions of fucking people, right? And not a fucking big bite from the police force. They can't even see what you fucking doing. You know what I do? Transport fucking me from there because I gone to fraud section. When I go to fraud section, the first fucking day, I go to Sergeant O'Brien, which is one of my good friends. And I say, I mean nothing but fraud. It's the street I walk in, me no fucking career. Right? He said, I'm going to buy a laptop when I can help you. I go and buy you a laptop. The second fucking day, you know what I do? Mr. Branham, fucking Randall Branham, send down his secretary. Right? and tell Shay to go and tell me that they got transferred. I want you to listen to every fucking thing I say. That they got transferred from fraud to fucking major crime. Right? I just tell the same fucking me. Fuck like I'm gonna your fucking world now. Every fucking thing over now, right? You said I got transferred from fucking fraud to major crime. Right? And when I get transferred from fraud to major crime, I go over there. Paper shot! Just get fucking killed. Right? The guy with him for gunless. Just get killed. And if call me upstairs, Mr. Caesar. And tell me to take a picture for this fucking...
Damning allegations, folks. Damning allegations that require a comprehensive, high-level investigation. Damning allegations. We can pick up on this in the ring, folks. That's our time, folks. That's our program. Thanks for joining us. Share the damn live. Smash the emoji button, folks, and partner with us. Let me go down the road, folks. Let me go down the road. That's our time. See you guys back at 8 this evening. Back at 8, folks. Back at it. You all know we are available via Cash App, Zelle, and PayPal, MMG, MoneyGram, West Union. All of that, folks, that our programs continue to go forward. Pace and power. Pace and power. See you guys back at it. We're going down the road, folks. Going down the road. Going down the road.
In Mearo, he said it wasn't easy to survive. The name of the song, Born to Survive. A good selection. So sit back, relax, and let us bring on stage Winston Peters, better known as Gypsy.
Oh, oh, yeah. What can be worse than a 10-year-old on the cold beach of Mearo? With just the surf and the sand, a dream and a plan and no promise of tomorrow. Hungry belly cry, trouble wave bye-bye. And at that age, you think life is cold. But there is no way to know, cause it never would show. It's all for this dungeon called the world. But I'm a born survivor. Yes, I can smile through all my adversities and just laugh when the guns are trained at me, taking life one day at a time. Cause I'm sure as the night must bring the dawn, this life of mine would still go on. And don't mind how they connive.